Everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Fomon Temot et ce soir, je suis avec LBT sur LBT TV Radio.
Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen, this is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
If you could swap Neymar for Ronaldo for Al-Hilal, would you do it?
No.
Why is that?
Ronaldo's already smashed.
I love your honesty.
Boy said Ronaldo is trash.
He said he's trash.
That's good. Only money. They only brought him for money.
Oh god.
If there was open goal, his teammates would just pass him. That's how he scored. His open goal is only trash.
Ah,
No good.
Ronaldo. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's trash. Just Talisca only kills him. Talisca is the only one who will.
But Talisca the play ball
is
for
underrated.
that Talisca guy the play ball for that.
Who is? Well, I guess we already know this answer. But who is the greatest of all time in your opinion?
Messi.
Messi.
Yes.
Why Messi?
It's magic when he touches the ball. It's just magic. It's magic every time he does something good.
What would you do if you got Messi over here? You'd be so excited.
I would cry.
He said I would cry. I love it.
Get entertained. There's nothing like listening to Elegbete TV Radio. It's fun. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead.
Whispering production. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. It's a Tuesday edition. Full Spirit Production says, what are we waiting for? What the hell are you waiting for? I like that. I like that energy. And we're waiting for all the liners, all the whatever to play, and then we get in the mood. So there's a bit of fine-tuning. It's like sex. There's the need for foreplay, for romance. Oh God, I'm spoiling Emmanuel. I forgot that Emmanuel Sebastian is in the house. It's bloody bachelor, single man. But hey, some of these single people, they do it more than the married people. That's just the basic truth. But you know, you need to first get in the mood, the foreplay, the touching, touch the mountain or the pyramid of Sheba, get to the wetness of the lip, you know, travel down the aisle to the Red Sea, then the rod of Moses part the Red Sea. I'm talking scripture, right? You're reading Bible with me, right? That's how the show is. So you need this energizer to first off put you in the mood, and then you not go into the holies of holies, the tabernacle of Moses, and then you get the show done. So please don't get angry with me when we do this. You know, a show is like sex. You have to first of all do some romance, some foreplay, some touching, smooshing, kissing, and then you part the Red Sea, and then you go in and you enjoy the passageway that God created. Tell me, I'm just telling you guys, in case you don't know. Well, Emmanuel Sebastian, good morning and welcome. We don't have all day. I've got meetings lined up. I've got some other shows to appear on. So we would just hit the ground running. First, so let's start with your experience in Uyo. How was it? It was the journey first. Took you 22 hours.
It was good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners, and it's good to be back on the microphone. Well, I just have to. It ended on a sad note because the Super Eagles didn't, live up to the
I saw
expectations.
it coming.
But
I told you, I warned
experience-
you guys on the 13th of July. You people didn't take me serious. A prophet is without honor in his own home. Oh, sad.
it's just sad. Most of the journalists who came far and wide for that game, were not happy with the outcome of the game. Coupled with the fact that, towards the end of the match,
He rained.
again.
Missed the chance for content.
Rained.
Wasted transport.
Rained heavily. Towards full time it was drizzling, but immediately the final whistle went.
The heavens.
It started pouring, and people had to scramble for shelter. Go where there's no lighting. You can't do some of the content due to poor lighting and all that. But you still find a way to do it. But the journey there's just this thing about road trips. But even though it can get lengthy and can get long, if you can't carry it, if your legs not strong, you know you carry it. But it was a good experience, and we got to Uyo. And I mean, the more we talk about it, I don't need to emphasize about how clean Uyo is, how
No, but we have
to the stadiums and all that.
We actually have to emphasize about how clean Uyo is, because when you go to Dubai or you go to Paris or you go to Germany or you ignore the amount of homeless people. Like in France, there's a whole lot of homeless people, like in the US as well. Germany, I mean, I don't know, but I don't see too many homeless people. Germany is not a country. I always think that Germany is a company. It's a mechanical component that works and functions very well. That's how I see Germany. So people who watch this now or later, don't misinterpret what I am saying. I'm just talking about the efficiency and efficacy of what Germany is. Having said that, countries like France, France is like Nigeria in one particular way. Not like Nigeria, but in one part. Every place in Nigeria where there is a paradise, directly opposite it is a ghetto. So let me give you a good example. VGC, Ikota, Nikon Town, the opposite. So there is Ikoyi, Obalende. Nigeria is like that. Like Nigeria is replete of heaven and hell, Lazarus and the rich man. That the picture of Lazarus, very rich, very suffering, leprous sickness all over him, dog licking his wounds, and then a super rich man who could take care of him. That's how Nigeria is. France also has something similar, maybe because there's so much black. That's why there's a whole lot of protests, a whole lot of violence sometimes in that region. France is the only place where you go at the airport, Charles de Gaulle or Oli, and you will see heavily armed police, military men in the airport, right? So it's like that. So when we talk about Nigeria, if you go to you, it's also good to talk about the beautiful scenery, the calm, the peace, the cleanness, then the good food.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You have good food.
It was like I said, it was really smooth. No potholes. I didn't experience any. And shout out to the hotels. The food, like you talked about, brilliant food. The fisherman soup, I had to taste of it, and it was really my first time. It was really wonderful and all that. Then the Super Eagles, it was really good building up to the game. And even though their base, 4 Points Hotel, was a bit far from the stadium, you can't worry because the roads are smooth. You could get there, one straight ride, no traffic to worry about and all that. But in terms of I think some of the trainings, even though I think they did their best to allow media. I think this is the best experience I've had with Super Eagles in terms of media participation and all that. We had training open for 15 minutes, but at the end of the day, you get like 30 minutes to do a lot of content, journeys for a day and all that. Then after, you just have to respect the team and move away because you've been given enough time. Even though at times it can get tough to sending these people away and all that. But it was really good. Like I said, the result just smart everything. And,
when you look at the team leading to the game, the preparation, the players, like, is there anywhere leading to before the game that in your head you're saying, the way these people are playing, we're not going to win?
To be honest, I didn't see anything like that. Maybe the way, like you've always talked about, the should I say segregation in the team. Like this group of people are here, you could see that these people are really, really closer than this set of people that are here and all that. You could see it in the communications, in the vibings and all that. So you could tell that some persons are closer to each other than some other group of persons. But if you ask me if I see anything from the camp that would make me think they would drop points or play the way they played in that game, I wouldn't have said it how it was. To be honest, it was just shocking, how they played at the end of the day and how that result panned out. Really, really shocking.
Now, there's something I want to ask you. Because this is off your own experience. You relate from your own experience. You know how when I go to Super Eagles camp and I come back and I say, look, listen, it is hard to blame the players. It is very, very hard, even though there are certain players that are just not up to par. But when you watch the preparation, you can't say, oh, the coach did not prepare the players well. The NFF didn't do it. Because a lot of people would come and tell you, oh, the administrators are bad, this one, this one, this one. When you go to Super Eagles camp leading to a game, before the result, you would swear that this team have everything it takes to win. Facility, infrastructure. I've seen people say, "Oh, it's the journalists that are making content that is disturbing this team." I just laugh because you really don't know. Like Emmanuel, now you're on the inside. You are now. I've been embedded in this thing for like over 10 years, but you're now on the inside. You're saying this thing. Is there anything untoward before the game that tells you, I beg you, this thing they will not win? They're not even serious. Do you see any of those elements?
What I would say is, you go into the Super Eagles camp, you hear something like no media presence at their hotel, stuff like that. You don't want the media to get closer to them at the hotel.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you go to the hotel, you see them with crowds and people around them. It's so crowded in their hotel, and you ask yourself why. Is it that they allow these people and you don't allow media? I'm not saying the media should go into their faces and distract them, but I feel surround at their hotel. That's where the distraction is. With a lot of friends, family members who have access to their rooms, even when they're not around, you see them go to their rooms, stay upstairs and stay together. And I feel that is where the majority of the distraction comes from. And maybe that's just what is distracting the team from getting this result. Because if you come to training, you don't see this. You don't see this distraction. You don't see anything in training that will make maybe the tactics Peseiro is imbibing in them in training is not good enough because we don't get to see tactical sessions. It's just the first few minutes, then you're sent away to allow the team have their private tactical session. But I think in their hotel, that is where the distraction is. With so many friends, families around that. I don't know why the players allow them. I don't know why the people around the team allow that. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to prove more importance. They want the players to get close to their families and all that. But I've seen this firsthand. You go to where the hotel is, the floor where it is. You see people, some players and friends, and all that. So I feel that is where the distraction is. So I don't know if there's a way they can handle that, or there's a better way to handle that. So that's just what I can say. But in the training, I don't see anything that made me say, okay, this is a distraction.
Another thing I like to talk about, because some of the people out there actually are not close enough to the team. You've known me since 2017. And one of the things that I don't do is I don't call out sacking of national team coaches, because most times I always say to myself, you know what, they don't have everything they need. But Joseph Peseiro is the exception to the rule for me. I've reached a place where Joseph Peseiro should be fired. He should go. I think he doesn't listen to his, so there is stubbornness. Arsene Wenger is an example of that. When somebody is foolishly stubborn, and the good thing with Arsene Wenger, he had the first 10 years of great success. 1996 up until 2006, Champions League finals. So winning the league title, winning 3 league titles, winning FA Cup, and all that. So you could even say he's earned the right to be stubborn. Who the hell are you to even talk to a man like this? He's gone a season unbeaten, but he's earned the right to be stubborn. But even at that, you could see the fully stubbornness and the lies. For me, the reason why I would never like Wenger, I would never rate him, was the fact that they set up a media machinery to lie to the whole world. And, educated people believe those lies. So they are like, wait, am I the only person different in this world? Am I the only person who is sensible? Because the way I see adult, educated people who have master's degree, people who went to school, cognitive reasoning, people who can think, believe that Arsene Wenger built the Emirates Stadium. Like, I'm still flabbergasted in that lie, okay? But then in that stubbornness, he stopped signing the proper players, stopped putting the right players in the team, and then Arsenal fall off the perch. Now they are trying to get back again. We have a coach. It is obvious, like Francis Uzor no go fit improve. He has reached the so every footballer have their limits. When Alex Iwobi first came in, people said he was going to grow and become like a coach. First game, I told everybody this boy not going to improve. There is nothing about him.
Francis Uzor.
No, I'm just giving you Alex Iwobi now. This boy cannot improve. 6 years plus ago, Uzor was in goal. He was shaky, and I said this guy knows how to keep.
And he started well as a 18-year goalkeeper, keeping him in the La Liga with the like a huge prospects coming up, and the way he's fell off right now.
Everybody have not asked the question that I kept asking. How does a goalkeeper who started in La Liga end up in Cyprus? Not French league, not Belgium league, not German. German still high, said. Not Ukraine, not Poland, Cyprus. It doesn't make sense. Not even Division 2, not Turkey. All the way straight to Cyprus, something must be wrong. But a lot of people, leave that. Now, I'm not even talking about outsiders. Outsiders can get opinion. I'm talking of the coach. You've had your first game, your second game, your third. You've had a lot of games with this goalkeeper. And it is clear that all of the what are the basic requirements to be a good goalkeeper or probably above average goalkeeper? Ball anticipation, positioning, commanding, organizing of your defense line, and then reflex. Those are the 4 basic requirements. I'm not a goalkeeper coach, but I played football enough to be on the inside to know how these things work. These are the 4 basic requirements. Your goalkeeper is short on all 4. Poor reflex, poor positioning, bad organization of his defense line, and everything else.
Many Peseiro sees things differently because he was sorry to continue because he was asked at the press line in the room about Saint Uzor because it's clear for everyone to see that this guy chance again he fumbles every chance he's been given. But Peseiro was defiant in his defense of Uzor. You cannot say that if he sees a goalkeeper that is better than Uzor, that he will play him, that he's not stupid. I don't even get what he was trying to say. He said, show me a better goalkeeper that's better than Uzor, that he's not stupid. He wants to play the best players. So what he's saying, in essence, that he has not seen a goalkeeper that is better than Uzor. Remember, Adele has been in the squad. Rojo has been there. Maduka has been there. So basically, that's what he's saying. So let's
rewind. Because there is
it's just funny.
There is an idiot on social media. He used to be on our YouTube, but it's no longer have access to our YouTube. His name is Esoft Media. You know how he used to attack me that I was defending Gunotro, blah 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 blah. You remember that interview that we had when I said, okay, this interview, I'm not going to do the interview alone. Fans should also get involved. Send him your question, whatever question you want. Let it be a general presser. And you ask Gunotro the question about the quality of our players. I always told you that we don't have good players. Yeah. Our players are just not what we think they are. And Gunotro said something that I will never forget. He said, Nigerians want who are excitement football, but we do not have those players that we think we have. Because I'm coming off the pressers that you said, what Peseiro said now, that we do not have the players that we think we have. That what we have is what is producing the kind of football that we're playing. We should endure it and move with it. We cannot do better. Our players are not that good. And people said the man did not know what he's saying. Now that you've seen Peseiro press conference and you've listened to him, because when I listen to interviews, or when I read book or anything, I try to get between the lines. What is this guy saying that he's not saying? Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Because by that response, what Peseiro is telling you is that Nigeria, I'm not getting goalkeeper better pass Francis Uzor. If I see anyone with better pass and show me, I go use them because I'm not this stupid. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. That's the interpretation of what he's saying. And then so I link it up to the former coach. Again, I interviewed Iguavon one time, and Iguavon told me for Super Eagles to be better, for Super Eagles to be good, this entire team needs to be brought down completely and we start afresh again. That we have built a team on the basis of what the players are not. Oh, he plays for Everton, he plays for Fulham, he plays for this. Let's go and bring them. These guys are not good. They are way, way average. But because of how we rate them here, They don't even come to Nigeria thinking they should raise their game. They feel like most players come to Nigeria feel like they're coming to help Nigeria. And Nigeria does not need that right now. Nigeria needs players who feel, I need Nigeria to get better. I need Nigeria for my game to get better. I need Nigeria to go to the World Cup. But most of these players don't even think, what's the big deal going to the World Cup? Most of these players just think, I've signed a club. That's why when I say we need to put in NPFL players, listen, anybody who listen to me in that conversation will say, oh, Edafe, always everything is about NPFL. I know all the shortcomings in the NPFL. I don't say this arrogantly, but Nigeria don't get another Edafe. I won't lie about it. This is not me being arrogant, but it's just the truth. Nigeria don't get another me. There's no other person in this country that have gone around the full circle of football. Name anybody, some of them, they halfway. They don't go the full circle. I am the only guy who's gone the full circle. So I can understand sometimes the things that the players go through, the coaches go through. That's why I'm not really overly hard on coaches, because we don't get the players so people say we get. But having said that, I think this is, you got to be a little bit pragmatic. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, if Joseph Peseiro, because we can't afford to sack him, I would sack him today. I would sack him today. But because we cannot afford to sack him, if he comes in, the next game is, let's say the next game is a month time, and he comes and he sits with the NFF and say, look, talk to this club, the 20 clubs in the league. I'm going to borrow, like it's called national camp. Because when we start thinking that we want to be doing the program with European countries do, they don't arrive. We never arrive. I don't know if you understand. I cannot afford to do what terrestrial radios are doing right now. I'm an upcoming businessman. I was very, very good as a football analyst on terrestrial radio. But now, this digital space, I'm upcoming. I'm not going to afford to be relaxed. I will do content on a regular basis. So it's different, right? Now, if we say, okay, let's open a campaign where the players come to camp, train a week, go back to their club, and it's going to be like a good relationship with the clubs. Tell the clubs that we need this.
As an NPFL club.
Yes. We do this leading to games. By the time games come in, instead of inviting these 23 foreign-based players, to be very honest, you don't even use all of them. You don't use all of them. You are still the same set of players that you are going to play. Now you now say, okay, for this game, let's invite only 5 or 6 foreign base. What's really the worst that can happen? You invite this foreign base, Guinea will beat you. You invite the foreign base, Lesotho will get draw for Nigeria. You invite this foreign base, Zimbabwe will play you to draw. They go first call you, you go back to come back from behind. So what is the big deal if you draw with the home base? Let's say hypothetically the result is a draw with the home base player. You keep them together. One, the real magic in football is consistent training. The 3 days of training the Super Eagles you cannot sell your philosophy to a team in 3 days. Almighty Pep Guardiola took over a league-winning side. It took him 1 season to sell his philosophy to them.
The camp opens on Monday. Some of the players arrive on Tuesday.
Some people arrive on Thursday, on Wednesday, and the game is on Thursday, and that guy is going to start. Make we not deceive ourselves. The engine, the conveyor belt that produces what we get on final match day is not working. We have to change it. So if you have this Nigerian NPFL players who, what is the job of a coach? Is it not to train players who are not good to become good? Mm-hmm. What makes players good? One, they don't already get talent. That's why they are playing club football, right? It's not to build their confidence. It's not to arrest some of the things that is distracting them. The NPFL players, it's easy to arrest those distractions. They don't get money. So if daily allowance, let's say daily allowance is $100. Let's just say daily allowance is $100. That's like 100,000 naira. There are a lot of NPFL players that will be very happy to go 1 week and get $700. That's $700K. Their confidence will rise. They'll be boosted, and then you take them to play friendly matches. Remember, Joseph Peseiro is currently also the Chan Eagles coach. So the NFL should look for money, invest, because right now, this thing, what will they do? So they go knock us out of group stage from Nations Cup. World Cup will not go. The next Nations Cup we still might not qualify because at least this is the play. We not get money to employ a Pitsu Musamane, any of those top class coaches. We don't have the money. The government is not even planning. The former minister, no, let's not go into that one. Let's leave that. Let's leave that one. Let's leave that conversation for another day. People go into ministry to become ministers of sports to steal money to go and do their own personal business after they come out for office. Nobody is taking money to say they want to invest in the sport. So the trajectory will still continue. This tragic trajectory of Nigerian football, no zero investment, will still continue. So with the little funding that we have, I think that we should squeeze, manage, and then reposition or realign ourselves. The rescue of the Super Eagles of Nigeria is in this NPFL. And I agree with the school of thought that say, oh, the NPFL players that cannot go play on the continent and win matches.
I was about to go there.
Fantastic conversation. If that is the basis for a conversation, then England should be winning the World Cup every year, because English teams play on the continent and almost all got to get to the finals. They win Conference League, they win UEFA Cup, they win Champions League lately. And then in the finals. No, that's not the way it works. The thing about football is your national team training, if they train consistently, the reason why we need to do well, the reason why you would always watch the Super Eagles and say there is no pattern, there is no style, is the fact that these coaches, there is not a Nigerian coach that have had the opportunity to train a Super Eagles for 2 weeks. People always talk about the class of 94, Clement Vessel. Clement Vessel will camp the Super Eagles in Ota for 3 weeks, leading to a game, for 1 month, leading to a game. Name any coach in the recent history of Nigeria that have been able to camp a team for 1 week, just 7 days. Nobody. And when you bring these players, the first camp opens on Sunday. Nobody's in camp, because some of the players that are even invited are playing on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then the way they travel, they might leave their country. Let's say you travel from England, you have to take, and you couldn't get a British Airway, you get an Air France. It will fly to France, keep you at the airport for 4 or 5 hours, fly you to Nigeria, to Lagos or Abuja, less than Lagos. Then when you land in Lagos again, the player might decide there is this brand that they are doing one business with. So, okay, Lagos, let me go and sign up that contract. So on Tuesday, they go and sign the contract. They try to get a plane on Tuesday evening to Uyo. The match is on Thursday. By the time he arrives to Uyo, if they train morning, no, they do train in the evening. By the time he arrives, he's talking about jet lag, he's tired. He will do light warm up on Wednesday for a match on Thursday. And that's the regular procedure. And okay, the argument is that they don't do it all the time, but they still lose 2 days. They still lose 2 days to this. Again, when Clement Vessel was the coach of Nigeria, he had direct access to the office of the vice president and funding. They told him, anything you want, tell us, we'll give you. If that doesn't happen, they know they owe West Ham, and they give him more money. West Ham talking for interview. Say money is a Peugeot where they drive. Money full the boots. If they drive one time, they stop out for front of the other barrack. They open the boot and money full out. They say, where you forget the money, they call go wash it out. Now it's in a fight, and Augustus Icon will give up. We don't have those realities now. So if anybody is sitting, oh, but West Ham did it. Yes, Stephen Keshi is the next best thing that everybody will talk about. Now, the difference between Stephen Keshi and maybe the current set of coaches is Stephen Keshi coached a team that have quality players. And this one is what backs my argument. When Kenneth Omeruwa said, if I beat Ken, it's my guy, but if I beat Ken, that this team is better than the 2013 team. Like, I cannot figure out where Ken came out with that anyway. But I think he's just trying to be nice to his current teammate. Yeah. Look at that team. They had Vincent Nyama. Vincent Nyama is better than everybody in this current squad. It's short. If you wear Vincent Nyama jersey to play, he play better than most people in this squad. That's Vincent Nyama. Then you have hungry Godfrey Obobona. Was playing for Sunshine, but he was hungry. And that's exactly what I am proposing. When Godfrey Obobona was taken to the national team in 2012, 2013, Sunshine Stars were battling relegation. But because of long-time training, he meet up. Azubike Egweke was in that squad. Eibe Negbu Mosquito was in that squad. Sunday Omba, clubless guy, but was training with the national team. And where did Keshi get that from? Keshi got that from West Ham. Eguavon was suspended. He wasn't playing club football for 1 year. You've seen the video. He said it with himself in my interview. And he was training with the national team. Same with Unduka Agbade and the rest of them. But because they were training regularly, they were in shape and they were ready. And then the coach had sold his philosophy to them and, made them feel the hunger. But when you now have players who, first off, don't even understand Nigeria, doesn't even understand the dynamics of Nigeria, you have problems. And then there was Salami in that squad as well. Whether they call member of the squad, no. But what we now did was the people we brought from Europe was a balance of top class Mikel Obi, top class of Eddie Ogeyonazi. After Sondolisa is the best defensive midfielder we've ever had. And what's the other guy? The experience of Joseph Yobo, who was the captain of Everton, even though he wasn't playing regularly, as Obuabona displaced him after the first game in the 2013 Nations Cup, after the first game against Zambia, Burkina Faso, sorry. And so on. But you have Mikel Obi, you have Victor Moses, who's got the heart of a lion, and Agbakara combined. For those of you who don't know what Agbakara is crocodile. And then you have prime Ahmed Musa at the time. And then you have hungry, beast mood Emenike, and sleeky, skillful, talented Branedeye. So the mix was there. Look at this thing. Take away Osimhen, we're a bunch of average that street boys will play. Without Osimhen, something Lesotho do us. So this is Zimbabwe in the first game we say we control the possession, but we could not create spaces. In the game against Zimbabwe had just pushed up a notch, therefore beat us on that game. Yeah. You understand? So what would they fear to lose? When this foreign base then they give us already. My mother used to say, instead of me to come picking with their house, wait, no go answer me. Make I call the one way come out. Maybe they roll the call, we hear my voice. So these ones that we keep banking on, that they will do this, they will do that, they are not delivering. They are not delivering. So can we not say, okay, you know what, these guys are not delivering. Let's bank on this home base. After all, it's win-win for us. Yes, they will run to Europe. Now we still benefit. You understand? After they play a few games for the national team, they will run to Europe. Now we still benefit. We have had wingers in the Nigerian national team for 8 years who cannot cross the ball accurately. Wingers. This one, nobody needs to come follow me argue that my position be that. Now the position where I play be that. There was a time where Amunike, Elaho, Finidi George, Tijani Babangida put the fear of the Almighty God in your heart when you play against Nigeria. I'm not saying we must play wing play, but football, wingers, one or the other, wide, the ball must go wide because you want to use the width of the field. Yeah. When our wide players hold the ball these days, they are negatively predictable. So Finidi George is predictable. You know he will deliver the ball, but he will deliver it in such a way that man he go meet. Tijani Babangida the same thing. Today, you know what our players will do, and it's rubbish. Crosses will go over everybody. You decide a thing, they cross the ball. Where they cross and go? You want to shoot bed? There's a whole lot to talk. Sorry,
there's a whole lot to talk about. Like I heard some information in camp that Peseiro is trying to do away with the old players in the school. The older players are trying to bring in the younger ones. I mean, like, as you can see, Ahmed Musa hasn't been in the past few scores that have been called up. William Ekong as well, who's the vice captain of the team, hasn't been called up.
That also bring me.
Simon starts from the bench and all that. So
that also
he's got it wrong.
Bring me to another conversation that Nigerians have always said. Oh, Ahmed Musa the block road for people. Leon Balogun the block road for people. Igalo the block road for people.
And some people are still using them now.
True. Second, the other day they didn't start Moses Simon. And everybody was shouting, "Why didn't they start Moses Simon?" I was like, "What do you really need Moses Simon for?" So I think, see, I might be wrong.
I saw people calling we miss the leadership of Ekong in that defense. We miss. I saw such opinions online, like we miss the spine of the squad in the midfield, Osimhen in attack, Ekong in defense. Some people still calling for Balogun. I'm like,
the energy of this team is low. You know, there is this thing somebody said. I was a bit close to Goodluck Jonathan's government, like a bit. You know, from the beginning, I know people that are suggesting some things that would work within the sports space. And I remember because I was in Bayelsa when Goodluck Jonathan was deputy governor to Alamesia. No, not Sivat, Alamesia. And one of the things that I noticed was when I started hearing he was going to be vice president, pretty early. This is pretty early. So I went to Chief. And I told Chief, I said, Chief, there's a favor I need you to do for me. I mean, Goodluck Jonathan is like a boy to Chief. And Chief happens to be like my own uncle. Like, I mean, we got family ties. So I went to him and I said, bros, Nigerian sports is a $5 billion industry, right? And if we can invest the way Nigerian constitution is, sports is directly in the office of the vice president. And from what I'm hearing, bros, I'm going to be vice president because the feelers coming from Obasanjo, from the camp of the presidency, Yaradua is going to be the guy, this guy is going to be vice, and PDP is still in power, they would win the election. They are competing against Buhari. That time, Buhari was a serial failure. And I was like, bros, let's position ourselves to fix sports and turn it into a commercial industry because since time immemorial, since Flora Shaw till now, sports have been a charity, like, when you reach your estate gate, you want that, you get my money, just give them any money with your pigeon. Oh, there is no budget to it. It's just, let's just do it for the sake of charity. I said, we can turn it into a commercial venture. And I use Daniel Gali did by Esana. I use Daniel Gali. I use people that are close to him that he would understand. And he saw the reasons. 4 days later, we had a meeting. I was in State House in Yenegua. We'd sit down with Goodluck Jonathan. We're talking. Now, the one way concern me, I go talk. I don't know about health. I don't know about anything. This is where the conversation, that thing I was telling you about separating the Ministry of Youth from the Ministry of Sports, started from. And I brought this thing down. This is a PhD holder. So he was nodding his head like a gamma lizard. He felt like, oh, this guy understand me. Again, I have a job blood in me. My stepdad is a job. So we were relating on that frequency. And he was nodding. He was, oh, very intelligent, very brilliant, good idea. And then before you know, we start getting people. Me, I need a day for campaign training. I'm not a politician. I know Sabian because I like to tell you the truth, the way I say it, and you might not like it. And then even if you like it, some people around you will not like it. So I pull out of the campaign train. Win. I went to Abuja. I went to Aso Rock. We sat down. We'll talk again. Oh boy, the appoint minister. Not the same thing. What the heck is going on here? You don't understand? I said, why is this happening? So we kept pushing. I'm surprised that now the president where I even go against pass, campaign against pass, my income separator. Because I still kept pushing. Like, your industry now. If you work, you work. If you don't work, you don't work. But if you work, I remember going to Akia Labia, like, you're my guy now. I'm not doing a party. I need to support my candidate too. But it's now beginning to look like now I'm going to win. There's no two ways about it. When you get there, when I win, please, this is my plea. This is what I think would work. And then I gave him facts and evidence, and I guess they listen more. Look, see, 98% of the Ministry of Sports budget goes to NYSC. Only 2% only go to sports. In other words, sports can never develop in Nigeria. There's nothing anybody do. And then I showed him, see this LMC what they just set up now. So see money where government release, the money not reach there. So you plan to get Lucky Strikers. One day your team go play in the league. This league, see how much it costs when they do production. See how much it costs to go do production. This is the reason why we couldn't go to Maiduguri. This is the reason why we couldn't go to Kano. But if this money did this industry, see, the Premiership where you like go sit down for stadium for Manchester United, you go to do one for here as club owner. And they did it. Has it produced results yet? No, but at least that's progress on one front. Having said that, I think we need to come down from this high horse of thinking to fix Nigerian football. The players must all come from Europe. No. Every country that we love, that we are supporting today, a semblance of above average in their domestic league is there. Yeah. England, Spain, Germany. As a matter of fact, the time that Spain dominated world football the most, their league was up there. They were untouched. France also, created a system in Clermont. We could do the same. And I know I'm sounding long-winded. I'm just in pain. I'm pained that we are better than this. We're way better than this. This not waiting Nigeria supposed to. I not disrespect Zimbabwe and Lesotho, but Zimbabwe had not scored a single goal in 2 years. They scored against Nigeria.
A good goal. Some people still come out to blame Uzor that it was a good strike, but but Uzor has, I don't know what he needs to do. I'm hearing report that he's deactivated his Twitter account. He's looking forward to do away with the whole psychological damage.
Make it get out.
I know that, but talking about this in Peseiro now, he has a contract until after the AFCON. He's been given a target to get to the semi-finals of the AFCON. Which we are not sure if it's
is this team going to get past a group stage?
But you, of course, you said we can't sack him. We have to go.
We'll not get the money.
So we just have to go to the AFCON and see, because if this continues during the AFCON, we can then sack him, because for a new manager to come on the next international break.
Our next game is June, and then they cut AFCON. We not get AFCON.
Yeah, there's a window in March. Maybe
for friendly game.
Yes, maybe if a new manager comes in, that's because I don't know if even though Peseiro missed the target of semi-final in AFCON, would you still keep it?
I don't sack Peseiro. I did tell you, say Nations Cup is.
What can turn your head at the AFCON?
I don't deactivate my accreditation. I'm not going to Cote d'Ivoire. If we win it, still sacking. It's not going to work. And if we win, why am I stupid? If we win what?
So nothing is like Peseiro is.
I've been watching African Cup of Nations since Maroc 88. There's not a country that have won the AFCON since 1988 till now that have this type of goalkeeper. There's no country that have won the AFCON that have this type of defense and midfield that we have. So forget about it. The talk of say it will go win now. The rest of Africa decrease. Country where Lesotho and Zimbabwe they forced to on their knees to fast and pray. Now it go AFCON. Lesotho and Zimbabwe they go the AFCON. Now go AFCON, can't go win now. Like, are you really serious right now? What did them Cisse, Alois Cisse and the rest? What did they do for their country where they coach? Why? If Joseph Peseiro win AFCON, they're not going to scrap the competition. I don't understand. Which of if we win it? Now they ask me this kind of question.
No, I'm not saying if we win. I say if he will miss the semi-final target.
I go meet him. I want to meet him.
Like maybe he can spark a turn around in the head of the fans.
I will spark.
Let's see.
Spark what? Spark what did they spark? TB Joshua said they're alive to pray for her. I mean, to say that when they talk say what God cannot do does not exist. He said that man get anything to do with football.
Finally on the Super Eagles, if you sack Peseiro, where do we go to?
See, if we sack Peseiro right now, when we sack him, because it's a matter of when we sack Peseiro right now, there are only two ways to go. Set up a 10-year plan with an indigenous coach and be willing to support the person. Or if you must go abroad, which I am not supporting right now. I am not supporting at all. Let it be clear. I'm not supporting going abroad at all right now. But we just suffer this suffer once and for all. As a matter of fact, as a nation, we dey suffer since Buhari come, we don't suffer. So more we just suffer the whole. The only place where we need to suffer the comedy industry and music industry, okay, and the skits industry. More just suffer this suffer once and for all. Make it come on ground. More we start with indigenous coach, but this is how it works. Remember when I was crying here that I already started the crying anyway, that we have not had a coaching training since 2017. In other words, everything that we're doing was still sticking to the old bunch, the old guys who don't know anything. And I'm sorry, if the people have to do better, they need to do better. We need to invest heavily in training our coaches. If we need all those people where they claim say they get foreign connections, all those people they claim say they be this, they be that. This is where them Dangote, them Motedola, not be to say you sit down with Victor Sime college jersey. Yes, Stone go touch them. Femi Otedola, Dangote to slow motion face, and what's it called? That guy will get you be what's it be name? Where they do like the things when he plan to do when be teenager. Now they do. Tony Lumeluna, yeah, they cause so. Because when countries like America they need trouble, they are big men that they show up. Them J. Rockefeller, them Henry Ford, and the rest of them, I do America the way they. Mona show up. If now everyone show up and then eventually set up on our own version of Nigeria Illuminati, Mona set up, but we want a good country. It don't reach. So we need people who will use their connections to open doors for coaches like them Olumide to go learn more. To go improve. Coaches like them, Coach Ayere, all these young coaches from across Nigeria, Coach Yaya in Abuja, Coach Yaya Jafaru, all of those guys. Because this old guy, all these them Ladamboso, all these ones, let them cut them off. We should do a Jerry Rollins on all of them. Drive all of them. Not be this way with Port Harcourt, they go need to manipulate to win matches. Say now, coach, they bring coach, coach Salisi Yusuf. You see, they say, maybe they don't watch TV, maybe they don't broadcast match, maybe they offline, all those kind of coaches, all these kind of people, when your club chairman need to bribe a referee to win match, do away with them. Tell them, hasta la vista, bye-bye. Bring in young coaches, let them bring in new ideas, groom players. As they are grooming, there's a brilliant idea that Iguavon shared one time in one of my interviews. And he said, we should create the National Scouting Center in 6 geopolitical zones. And then every like 2 weeks they come to the center to train, and they start from like on the 12th. So the 6th geopolitical zone, you are tasked with looking for defenders. So find the right fullback, left fullback, center back, 2 center back, like that. This zone, you're tasked with midfielders, defensive midfielders, offensive midfielders. And then this zone, you're tasked with right-sided attacker, you're tasked with left-sided attacker, you're tasked with center forward. The job is not too big, it's not complicated. This is what you're looking for. Bring them to the center. Each zone bring like 3 or 4 to the center. They stay together for like 2 months. It's a project. The NFF no get project. NFF only job, and this is where I'm angry with the NFF. The only job is qualifiers. We go play qualifiers. We go to tournament. We go and flop and come back. No, it is time to now have a national football project that is outside of the league, outside of anything. This is your job. So those people that they call themselves staff of the NFF will get day-to-day job. Not be to they attack me when I tweet. All of them come my DM. You be one of us. You cannot be saying this now. Shut up! All of them on a father. All of them are father. When I don't get work now, you tell me say I'm not supposed to. Now they create. Now they pay my bills. Well, create content. Okay, the opportunity to even create content now every day. Right now, my accreditation, I'm canceling it. I'm not going to Cote d'Ivoire. It's Super Eagles going to beat your group. You're going to cry for everybody. People are going to tell you sorry. Oh, your team, man. What happened to your team? You don't produce a coach again. France produced Zidane before they go in 2018. France, they produced Zidane before they go in 2018. Anytime. Back to the class of 94. Did France, after they won in 98, they won 2018, 20 years exactly after, did they produce another Zidane, another Vieira, another Thuram or Donga or Bizato Lizarazu or Fabian Barthez? The new generation know what the task in front of them is, and then they went on to go and do the job. Then they came the next World Cup, they went on the way to the finals and lost on penalties. That's how you know it's a bunch of serious people. I mean, you get a bunch of idiots and then we'll be pamper them. Then they'll go out there in the stupid podcast, go to insult us, cut them off. Start for here. Let these people fail. Let us even enjoy their own failure. Let's endure their failure. What would they do here? We get foreign presidents. Why would they look for foreign players?
All right. Talking about the Super Eagles, I mean, a lot is going on. The team needs to do a lot to win back the support, the love of the fans. I mean, I get that feeling as well. You know, when you travel for games, you come back. So now this team, you waste some money to travel for abroad.
And it's very expensive.
It's really annoying. I get that every time.
The budget for me to go was 570,000. I was like, wait, I'm going to spend this money. I'll do content. I can't get 7 views.
It's just terrible. I think they need to do a lot to win back the fans. I don't know if it's this set of players that will do it.
They're not going to fit.
We'll wait to see how that one pans out. Up next on the Super Eagles is the AFCON. They've launched the Let's Do It campaign.
No. That's not how you say it. Up next for the Super Eagles is the failure in Cote d'Ivoire.
Just leave 2% of your mind for a surprise.
No percent. No percent.
So yeah, let's do it again. We've launched the campaign.
Do what again? Do what you are part of the problem. Now so that also change. We'll not ask which kind change. We are suffering. You know they suffer. Then I saw they tell us to change. We don't know. The change still continue. Now let's do it again. Let's do what exactly again? Now that question I ask almost everybody for NFF. I ask for Twitter. This let's do it again. Please, what do we want to do again? Because in the last 10 years, we have not done anything well. No. We have failed to qualify. We got bronze. We got round of 16. We didn't qualify for. What exactly are we doing again? Let us know now. So we know whether we go agree. Because now they jump on let's do it again. Let's do it. What do we want to do again? What do you, Emmanuel, spokesman of the campaign? What will they do again?
We don't know what they are going to do again now.
I don't know now. I don't know.
Maybe you know just we say we drown. So we won't go with the AFCON. That's what they are doing again.
Emmanuel.
They did it in 2013. So let's do it again. That's what they are saying.
Wait.
I'm not.
Earlier on this show, you say it was your first time of eating fisherman soup.
Fisherman soup, yes. Very fun, very fantastic.
You dey Chris. You get mental problem from the food you shop. So let's box Nigeria Super Eagles now. All the pool of 50 players. And I have a lot of friends in the team.
Yeah, sure.
The pool of 50 players. Take them out of Nigeria. Put them in which other country qualify for the Nations Cup now?
Ivory Coast, Cameroon.
Put them in Ivory Coast. Put them in Ivory Coast. This same performance in the last 5 years. This same team, this squad. Put Peseiro with the Bele like a Hallelujah band. Put him there, and then they are doing Let's Do It Again campaign in Cote d'Ivoire. Somebody could tell you, say, do you think Cote d'Ivoire will win the Nations Cup? What would you say? With this squad, though.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just terrible. I don't know. But I mean, we just have to support the team and I don't know. Let's just see what they'll come up with in Cameroon.
My son. You've seen my son, Michael. Do you think he can be a world-class footballer?
No.
Why?
It doesn't look like so.
So if I day here now, begin support him, say go be world-class footballer, begin pray, begin go carry and go training. What will you call me?
Like you're giving
No, me. Why would you call me? Not even giving him also. Me. How would you behind my back? How would you describe me?
You already know, like this man is missing his time.
It's an idiot.
Yeah.
Now, so all of una where they do this, let's do it again. That's all of una be. All of una father on the Chris.
All right.
When I want to deceive us, say let's do it again. That's so they talk change. Everybody say change. See where we did. We're not doing anything again. We are not. Keep the campaign. See, more than not, they tag me for the Let's Do It Again campaign. No, anybody should not tag me because we not they do anything again. The only thing we need to do is to fix our league. Other investment. If I be Tinubu, I go withdraw Nigeria from the Nations Cup. It's just that we know this minister where they go appoint now. You know, even know anything. You know, I'm not sure say he will play ball for a primary school. Because before people they say we not go fit, we qualify for basketball championship. Sunday Dare use the full chest, withdraw Nigeria. Tell us saying that Buhari talk him. Nobody do anything. No. So they withdraw Nigeria for this nation's cup. Now nothing will happen. That's it, Nigeria. Let it go.
All right, moving on the show. I mean, we talked about
we get people message.
Okay, just you can really take them before we go on. I also have a few to talk about.
Let's start with Leo. The Leo this is boss la boss. Buongiorno, my brother. Sabi girl. Today we're not gonna talk about sports. Kerat with sports. Say welcome back, Sebastian. You know the eye Sebastian Abi Ashawo. You know the eye Sebastian. No. You the idiot. You be really wishes an idiot that you be. Ashawo. Now what you go do for you now? I make your phone and they go. You carry your this thing. I my house you did now. Whenever I go on that matter, tomorrow we'll open that chapter. Obaro Gary says, what you are saying is correct, but do we have the will to implement this? Secondly, is there a way you pass on your idea to the see? I talk to the FA president, everybody every day. This
Somebody
idea
also say that question. Is it that
this idea? I don't share it with them. I don't share it with the tire. Thanks. Obaro Gary say, I feel the Super Eagles is not united. I don't tell on that one since. I still wonder how the Falcons came together to do well at the World Cup, and these guys called the Eagles can't put their differences and put up a spirited display. You know the funny thing, the Falcons they quarrel and fight openly, but when it comes to playing, they forget their difference. Forget all those things that the guy more play this ball first. Taiwo Gunade says there is no cohesion in the team. Timothy Dembo say, to be very honest, if this team gets past the group stage, we won't get past the round of 16. Image, hey my guy, this is the official first producer of this company. This is the guy that started us off. This is the guy that oh god, my greatest guy in this company, the guy who deserves to have a statue of him and his family in front of our official permanent site eventually. Image Christella says after flopping, they will go back to their drawing board. The board no even day again. Timothy Demo say element universe, yes, universe. Ogunade say Ogunade says any player, be it local or foreign, is welcome. The main problem is the administration. Timothy Demo say that's my point. These players just want to be pampered for doing absolutely nothing. And he say, I asked Emmanuel a question a few weeks back. Are we still favorites? No serious media athletes in Africa go rate us as favorite at all. Image Kishaya say, Timothy then will say, Emmanuel, we would obviously support the team as a matter of fact, no matter how Eagles fail, Nigerians will still watch and they find link to watch up and down. But truthfully, we cannot win the AFCON. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says we will be eliminated in the group stage with 2 points. 1 loss, 2 draw. Unity AB say you come YouTube be saying nonsense. Okay, thank you very much. No, the one way you like, say the thing will not be nonsense. I don't even want to insult you today. You will know the right thing. Say the things where they right. 69 football says I don't see Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup. 4 points will be hard to catch up against South Africa. No hope at all. What did South Africa play yesterday?
I haven't checked it. When a small determines,
but are they wrong? Are they wrong for saying it? Have we given them reason to believe? Because now you not said do you realize that our qualification is not in our hands?
Yeah, it's really not. Yeah.
No. So if our qualification is not in our hands right now,
South Africa play today. They play Rwanda today 2 p.m.
Okay, they'll play 2 p.m. today. Fantastic. If our qualification is no longer in our hands, let's say hypothetically, South Africa wins today. Now South Africa wins the game.
6 points.
Wins the game today. They are 6 points out of 2 games. I want 2 points. And
we play them next. I think.
From the way we are playing, there is the likelihood, the tiny likelihood that we will still drop points in some more games. I'm just trying to find a balance now. Let me not get you because you cannot build your arrogance on nothing. There is this slight likelihood that there is somewhere where we'll drop points. Let's even say not against any other of the other teams. Now, let's say against South Africa, we'll drop points against South Africa. Let's say it's a draw. And South Africa keeps winning. Because, see, the teams in this group, Nigeria is supposed to win all 10 games and pick up 30 points like Portugal. There is not a team here that is really supposed to be a strain, a stress on us. This is my absolute faith in the Nigerian team. Like, the players we have, without a coach, without anybody guiding them, they can gather, hey, guys, let's go and play this game. I would keep saying it. Chelsea 2012 Champions League win have nothing to do with coach. Nobody can tell me that Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League. Yes, on paper he's there, but that's got nothing to do with coaches. I will seen in many podcasts where John Terry, Mikel Obi, Didier Drogba have said, "Now be coach, Frank Lampard." We told ourselves that, guys, for our name, let's do this, right? So I'm saying this is a band of a team that is rebounding, that came back from not qualifying for the last World Cup. Some are new players, but Nigeria did not go to the last World Cup. And you know how big the World Cup can be. World Cup made Messi to win Ballon d'Or over Haaland and Mbappe and any other person. So that's how big the World Cup is. You're telling me that these players couldn't have told themselves that, look, now Zimbabwe and Lesotho, let's first win first. Let's secure this, especially as we end the year. Let's not game again before the AFCON. Let's also make an announcement out there so that the rest of the world will know, say, we're serious. So they didn't do all that, right? Now, you're hoping that the remaining 8 games, they're going to win all 8 games. It's hard for me to have that faith, especially knowing that the group have only one team to qualify. And then again, it's not like, okay, it's a collection of big teams in the group where you say they will cancel each other out. It's the smaller teams that will cancel themselves out. Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Rwanda will cancel themselves out. But South Africa would score all those 1-0, 2-1 right on them. Plus the fact that this year, whether you like it or not, this is Africa. You should say global thing. You must have that conversation somewhere at the back of your mind. The president of CAF is from South Africa. His team just won the Median African Football League. I'm not saying that the referee fees the matches for them, but this thing is something you as a human being should consider.
They also won the Women's Champions League as well.
They also, you understand? They also won the Women's Champions League. It is not coincidence that the tide of African football is moving in direction of South Africa right now. And one of the most beautiful ways to crown it up would be for him to take his team to the World Cup in South Africa. I mean, in the USA, which is the biggest market, US, Canada, and Mexico. This is the first time that 3 countries are going to be hosting the World Cup. So There is just something about the World Cup, soft power, everything. Some referees will just unnecessarily favor South Africa. The game against Lesotho, the referee and the assistant referee was over favoring Nigeria. Nigeria just didn't take advantage of it. Some other referee would call Moses Simon offside for that equalizer that Kelechi Iheanacho had in the 67 minutes against Zimbabwe. But there was this big team advantage that we were having, that back pass that they blew the referee kick in the box. Some referee would ignore it. But they were just giving us these chances to win. That would happen for South Africa. That's what I am saying. Big teams always get advantage. Teams that have the CAF president on their side will also have advantage. So now that we have the smaller teams to beat and progress, we are failing to beat them. How are we going to guarantee winning subsequently? So Nations Cup, we will flop. World Cup back-to-back, we're going to see not qualifying back-to-back World Cup. People say it's at the top nonsense. You're okay now. They look at the laugh. You need to AB, no worry. You go. You know how those people wait to say on Balabluma on Jagaba mandate will stand. Later you see them for TikTok, they cry. Say they're not get Photoshop. We will see. There's something I always tell people: if you go survive, I'm going to survive. There's no big deal about it. Let's get some of the messages. Timothy Dembo say their game is today. Ihedwa Pressure say good morning, boss. I couldn't continue watching. After first half, I was really disappointed. Bolaji Shah will say, well done, bro. We have not been strategic in our doings. Johnny Gaffa say, wow, I forgot the president from CAF is from South Africa. Yeah, I don't think we are making it. This is so sad now. Wise Warrior says, when Brazilian players get caught up for games, they celebrate with their family because they see it as a privilege. But for us, because for the boys in Nigeria team, they are already guaranteed a place regardless. Ogunade says, what if they defeat South Africa home and away? Is there still a possibility of qualifying? You don't depress calculator. Hopefully, I'm open to that possibility. I'm very, very open to that possibility. Let's hope that we do it. But the question I'm asking you is the way we play right now, the way this team play, the way they carry themselves on the field. Do we look like a team that can beat South Africa home and away? Because South Africa have all overnight become our rivalry. This is a team that South Africa, if we get South Africa our group, we also will beat them before. But now we can't really guarantee that. So can we beat them? And Unity AB no get sense. So this person that they call Unity AB say no get sense, because if he gets sense, he said I made to support the lazy and useless player. When was that? Well, there is nobody that is more critical of the Nigerian players than I am. For the past 6 years, I have stayed here and I told you guys that Nigeria no get quality player. Whenever I say we have World Cup, I'm the one. I told you Moses Simon have no business in the national team. Alex, some of them they will come in and say, bros, I beg, take it easy now, I beg. The way they criticize us too much. When we meet, what's the first thing they say? Bros, take it easy for us now. You two they hit us hard. That's what almost all the players says. You say they support it. Even what's it called? Osime, everybody they hate. I told Osime, you know how I play ball. You're not lucky. You don't remember when I tell her, oh, you're not lucky. If they tell say people say play ball, you're not really savvy play this ball. You want time to say I play ball pass a girl. He just laugh. Say, bros, you're too harsh. So telling me that they support it, I can't remember. When everybody they hail Iwobi say that this boy they give true ball. What did that say? R3, I do A2. I say he not savvy play ball. Who do you think this boy the smoking Igbo? The Igbo when they give Unity, it be no, he not get sense. He not just get sense at all. So I made a support player. Who support which player? Johnny Gaffa says we need Victor Osimhen back as like ASAP. Like we need to pray for that boy not to be injured. I feel the demands more of his teammates right now. And Kissy one says, Uncle E, what is going on with Akinwumi Amao? If you can, the person who will speak about it, Wise Warrior, he said you have said it a million times that the national team players are Legbere. I don't understand where unity come from. Your own opinion say I did support which players. They say there is the creative midfield in sporting. Yeah, that's what's it called? Emmanuel Odafe. Apart from that, there's this guy in Remo Stars. It's got 8 assists already this season. And all of the goals that what's it called? Sikiru Alimi have scored. That boy, I don't know, but his ability to cross the ball, and he came in from the Beyond Limits Academy. I would give him a chance right now. I would. It's crazy, but I will give him a chance. Like, I'm not saying that the NPFL players are diamonds in the star, shining bright like Rihanna Songo, but the guys who will lift him up, lift Jesus higher, lift him high for the world to see. If I be lifted up, I would draw on man. This guy, they lift up high, then he be like Super Eagles player, be like chairman for 419 for Yahoo HQ. When I don't do, you don't make money. I don't run live with that. What did they do?
I want to see what if he has the time. That if he's not gone by then, if he's not been sacked by then. Want to see what you do with this Charlie goals, because I mean, like you talked about bringing these NPFL players before camp. I think that's a good solution, because there are players that needs to be tried, needs to be tested. Not invite. Before the show started, I was talking to producer about Divine. What you could be creating from Benjamin Insurance.
Are you telling me that Aribo play for Pazza boy? No. So
we've not. Has been tried.
Aribo will be like rats wait for side hot oil. No, there's some things that just don't make sense.
Just bring these players and just put them in camp. And there's no avenue to try these players. Like before this foreign base comes to camp, bring these boys, put them in test games. Just calm them and see what they can do. I want to see what Peseiro do with Charlie goes. He was at the Super 6 in Lagos. Remember, he watched all the games. He was taking notes.
Let me tell you the funny thing with the Super 6. Like I was in the center of the organization also. Every team list. Now me, they ask, go get me the team list, the numbers of the player. When they do all the, I send them to Ram. I remember when I sent a message, I said, Coach, sorry to intrude. And see, honestly speaking, when I coach, I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I said, sorry to intrude, and I'm not trying to tell you your job. All those players, you took their names and you penciled down in the Super 6. What did you do with them? Was that just optics? Was that just you watching for optics to please your bosses? Because and then they get them, and then they understand them. I see. I am pissed off to the high heavens.
We need a chapter around our football.
So somebody won't convince me, say Joe Aribo, when they play match, they train alone for a club.
How his teammates
our super regular.
Surprising, to be honest.
For our team, for Super Eagles of Nigeria, will not be Madagascar, will not be Seychelles, will not be Central African Republic.
It's just a fact. This is not somebody said Aribo started well. Somebody just commented and said Aribo started well in the national team. That's the form. We are not trying to slate Aribo or talk down on Aribo or talk down on this person, but that is the fact. This guy is not playing games at the moment.
Now people like this. Now people like this.
I don't know how you guys, reason some things like you. Sometimes your thoughts provokes people. Like you are not talking down on Aribo. He's a good player on his day. He's decent. But as it stands,
again,
he is not playing. He's not playing.
The word I hate to hear on his day. You cannot play for me if you are good on your day. Nigga, you gotta be good every day. See, this is how football works. If I call you to play, brother, show up. Don't tell me on your day.
I get that because the national team is not like club football. You play. You come, you have to deliver more. You come, it's the national team.
Are you kidding?
You have run of games to say you want to build up rhythm and stuff.
Giovanni Eber was winning La Liga with Deportivo La Corona, winning Champions League with Bayern Munich. They invited him to play 2 games in Brazil. He flopped his line. They tell us, "Oh, guy, you're not gonna play again." Wadali Luxembourg, Giovanni Eber was in this studio. Was here. You were not. Did you not see the interview? Wadali Luxembourg tell us, "You see that boy they play for Europe. Now your ball. Do you want for here for this Brazil? Play Brazil ball. If you're not going to play Brazil ball, alele, kaka, andale, come up for here now. That's how football is. I don't want to have a footballer that play on his day. On your day could be once in 10 years. I don't fucking want to hear that.
So it's just nobody's trying to talk down on Aribo. It's just if you followed these Super Eagles players very well, you would know Aribo has been abysmal in the last year. In fact, since he got to Southampton, he's been abysmal. Onacho has found his way out of the club. He's doing well in Turkey. Even though Southampton, they're not doing too bad in the Championship, But Aribo,
He's not even playing.
He's not playing. That's the thing. So he's not getting playing time. So don't come and say, this. That's. I remember I started well against Ukraine.
They have changed coaches. You're still not making the team. Okay, I asked him in Abuja. So what's happening? All of a sudden you're not playing matches. When they were battling relegation, he said the coach don't like him. I said, okay, that happens. I've played on that coach who don't like me before, but I play my way through. Now fine. They don't relegate. They don't change coach. You still know they play. Now only you that they hate. You're not gonna agent. You're not gonna move. Well, I know what you say. The weather not good. You not move. He's scoring goals and talking now. Now we're even talking about should we invite him? The only reason why people are not talking about inviting him is that we have a pool of strikers that we really don't need strikers. We need people to create for them. And we're not scoring goals, but nobody's blaming the striker because nobody they really create the chances for them. I mean, Tawa only may have Yakubu one chance, but that chance is not half chance. You understand? So I beg.
Someone is asking how many teams will qualify for the top teams. The top teams.
There are 8 groups. There are 8 groups. The top number 1 team in each of the group qualify. Then they will about 4 or 6 best losers will not play playoff for one more additional team to join them.
Not go to the intercontinental playoffs.
Our job is
I don't want to see that surprise in that. It's a long process.
The way would they play so
still not qualified.
No, the way would they play so we might not even make the playoff. Because there are teams in other group that will make points and that will double our own. At this one,
even if you don't make second, even if you fail to make first, I'm not failing to make second. It's a bit the lowest of. But I mean, if you've heard it, so first team qualify automatically, then the 4 best the 4 best runners up rather will battle it out in the playoff to represent CAF in the interconfederation playoff. So that's how the qualification goes. And for that person that asked about Mao,
yes,
he's joined Usoho in Cyprus. Same thing, Omoni and Nicosia, but he's yet to play again, so he's still coming back to full fitness. So that's
Cyprus.
He signed a contract until 2026.
Cyprus, where they sell coconut.
I don't know how Mao fell off like this, but he's still 21. We hope he, comes back to form and all that. But
Cyprus will be like Taraba.
Yeah, I'm always in Cyprus, same club with Omoni and Nicosia. A deal until 2026. So, but he's yet to play again, so we don't know what's happened.
They play Buffalo. He go soon open a seafood restaurant. Don't worry.
I don't know if you see how many more comments.
There is a lot to what's it called? Tawagunade says there is creative midfielder in Sporting League. Okay, I think Emmanuel Odafe is always better than he will be. Tawagunade says Christian Owoke and Emmanuel Odafe are exceptional players. Oluwaseyi Adebowale say Aribo on his day is a good player. That means his day is February 30th. Unity AB say the lazy players should be forming big boys and they can't play anything. Wise Warrior say Bulaba built Lagos. Now we are facing Sage Promas. How can you call a player to the national team based on his past performance over 12? God will bless you. God will bless you. Not maybe over 12 months ago, over like 2 or 3 years ago. That one we played Ukraine, not be 3 years ago. Imagine was the president of the NFL that time. The present form should be the 2019, the criteria for invitation. Falana Babatunde says, to be sincere, I disagree with you on the NPFL players. If they are that good, then they should be qualifying and winning the CHAN competition. I agree with your position. Listen, I agree with your position, but maybe I did not explain what I said properly. I'm going to say this, and some people will not be happy with me. 80% of the coaches in the NPFL have no business being coaches in the NPFL. I'm going to share a story here that I've never shared publicly with anybody before. So I come from Warri, where football was more about playing than bribing of referees. That's why you hardly see teams from Delta State win the league or make progress that much. Because I go tell you, say, if you come from Warri, you understand this thing why they talk well. Again. So when I came to sell my club, Globestar Football Club, to Colonel A.U. Suleiman, I they call names and places so that I know like how they formed this story. On the 23rd of February 2003, I didn't come and run a club. I just come, sell the club, 1.5 million, get my money, go back to Warri, then travel to Germany because I had some things that I was doing in Europe. I needed to go back and continue doing it. I had a girlfriend in Germany at the time, in Hamburg. And the man said something to me that intrigued me. So I'm a colonel when Bonnie camp, and then we moved to his office. He had other office. He had a security company there in #1 engineering building. And he said, this was his word. He said, I have heard a lot about you. So I didn't know him then, but later I found out that he's in charge of military intelligence. So he obviously must have asked a few questions myself. I've heard a lot about you, even though you're a young boy. All these my children and my boys. I need you to be the brain behind running this club. And I need this club to gain promotion to the Pro League, which is the NNL, in the next 3 seasons. The Jagoda in me, I never remember seeing a military man. I said, I got 3 seasons. Who go they play? And I just said it. I said, who will be playing that amateur league for 3 seasons? Me. No, nah. If we're going to start, this was a league that was 3 weeks to take off. I said, we're going to, if you're serious, if you will meet all the demands, we'll get promotion this season. It shall be 3 seasons. I go there, they run amateur league for 3 seasons at the Chris. So the guy was like, and then I said, okay, long and short, we now started. When I did the registration, I went to Warri, brought 24 players, we registered them, and we started the season. Now, not sooner as we started, his younger brother, Babangida Suleiman, and his son, Malik Suleiman, and then some other guys who were in the team, that said the strategy, because they've been running their own team since they got relegated, and then they now need another one to start. They got relegated and they were banned because they beat referee. Then I said, this is the strategy that they've been using. There's a budget, 250K. This is 2003, 250K for every referee, home or away. Since Namibia in charge, I must find a way to infiltrate the system to make sure that happens. Right there across the table, and I said, since one of the user status, how many promotions I don't get? How many players I don't sell abroad? How many of the players don't go national team? I said, on this table, as I'm sitting here alone, I have gained promotion from state league to top league. I have sold player, the first $2 million player in this country, Nami Selam. The first ever contract that have a sell-on clause, Nami Duam. So I have a CV. When I speak, you listen. I'm not going to give any referee 250,000 naira. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay players 150,000 naira. This is when Ulukarabo came in and said they should be paying players this amount of money. I'd laugh. This is what I've done in 2003. Right? I'm talking about it with confidence because I do, and you can go and verify. First of all, I'm going to pay the minimum salary here is going to be 150K. That's 1. 2. You see that 250K, we will still put it in the budget. But I'm not going to give referee. I've never done it before. I'm not going to do it again. The players will have their match bonuses. Away win is 50K. Home win is 25K. If they draw for home, they not get bonus. If they get away draw, I get a 25K. But beyond that, this 250K is going to be a lump sum. This money is a carrot. It's dangling. We go carry and go every match, home or away. These players, we not go talk for the matter. If now win, this is now money. Now do anything I want to. In order for the match bonus, in order for salary, in order for anything. Go ask them. We get promotion with 4 games to spare. They said that they beat AS Racing for Lagos. We beat them 3-1 for Nico Stadium. They said nobody they go Ilago. We went there, we won. They said nobody they go Shaki. Shaki is 2 hours away from Ibadan. You go drive enter bush, forest. They say nobody they go there because if you try with them, we went there, we beat them 3-0. Because I called the players, I tell them, I know they pay referee. I know they pay referee. As when I'm big like this, when I know if you play referee out, when I know if it's come goes from outside the team where referee not go fit disallow. When they mad. And then that principle, all the old Baba, I drive all of them because they go poison the heart of the new players. Guess what? We'll gain promotion. What's my point with this? All this talk of Nigerian players not doing well, most of them, now the mentality where the old coaches, you hear tactical. Rivers United cannot play match without trying to manipulate the atmosphere.
It's terrible. I've seen some.
Are you really kidding me?
Some journalists coming out to blackface them now that they won't say anything about Rivers United for the next. I mean, it's been terrible. People.
Do you understand? The Nigerian, if anybody not talk about them, then they go tell manipulate things now. People should not stop. They should talk about them more. Now my team, but I'll talk about them. No, the thing here is, I am saying take these home-based players, put them under proper coaching environment, improve their game. Not be coaching the improved game. If coaching is about getting the best players, getting them to win for you, then there's no need for coaching now. Now, coach is the improved players. Now you go change. Thierry Henry, as good as he was, he said Pep Guardiola open his brains, his eyes.
Even if you get the best of players, you still need
proper coaching. So what I'm saying is take the home-based players, put them in a training camp, recurring training camp, improve their game, set them on the agenda, and that formation, that system, now your Super Eagles will come to play. Once they see them, because right now the reason is we never know how Nigeria plays. Everybody pull the ball forward, anybody just get locked and get Jaga make me fine. Are you crazy? Is that how you want to be the national team? For once, no one will tell ourselves the truth. So that's a formula that can work. Yes, see, Falana, I'm one person, I know they like to lie to myself. This thing where you talk about Chan competition, and not true. But we still need to try. This pattern, this road where we follow, it leads to nowhere. It go even worse. Because two angles to look at it from, this road where we follow. If we sack Peseiro today, we're not going to still fit employ Pitso Mosemane, we're not going to still employ any top class coach. We'll go still go employ. Now, another Johnny Man will go bring.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the history of Nigeria, the highest ranked coach we've ever employed, apart from Stephen Keshi, who qualified the team for the World Cup Togo, was Ganacho? People say Ganacho not good. He's the only coach in the history of this country that have coached the team to the finals of the UEFA Cup. He lost to Bayern Munich. He's the only coach that can beat his chest and say, I coach Zidane, I coach Yori Jokev, I coach Bizanto Lizarazu, I coach this one. Then every other coach that was brought into this country, whether it's Felipe Truze, Bora Milinovic, Las Lagerberg, Demi Vestal, Betty Vogt, all of them never coach Shichi. They never coach top flight league in their country, anywhere. So when you look at all of that, I'm saying now we are realizing we don't reach where we go rebuild, we go do something different. So now what I suggest, the child, you are right. I'm not going to argue that one with you, but we need to be pragmatic in our solutions. But Falana Babanto, they say maybe one of the two bright spots in the NPFL, but that is not the complete solution to our present predicament. My brother, not the solution. Unity me say I was disappointed at the coach because after the last match, the coach went to shake the useless. this guy dead. Timothy then was saying the playoff team is not even a team because of the playoff. We go faceless from other continents. We no fit beat Lesotho. Okay. Falana Ababato, they say the coach needs to go. We need a competent coach who can bring out the best in our boys and create competition in the team. And then Unity wanted to say the coach keep giving excuses all the time. Have you noticed one thing about Ganacho? I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again to you. Peseiro, sorry. Have you noticed that Peseiro, when you ask him a question that is very technical, he will kind of pretend like saying the English. Have you noticed that? Every time when somebody asks him, after this result, like the NFL sack you, would you be surprised? He formed like saying the English.
I was in New York. He didn't want to even answer that question or something. He said, I would answer this guy. That was the first thing he said.
Why would you not answer?
Was it his son or somebody then tried to write?
That's his son. I almost slapped that his son for Portugal. Me and Omar, they tell them about another goalkeeper. His son just walk out, hey, forget about it. No, we don't need it. I said, say this fool. You realize that my country, the field now. I go beat you, yeah. The highest thing when they do, somebody come on the hotel. They're not going to deport me. Now Germany give me visa. Now Portugal, I go to come on, get out of this place. When they talk of my country matter, you talk for you. You Chris. This your papa coach your Portugal national team. I try find solution for now to help you now. Make you see food in shop continuously. You don't want for me, they gamble, they flex with me. You don't know your mates, idiot, Alama. This one, Timothy, okay, no. Babatunde Falana said, I agree with you based on your clarification. If it could be achieved, it would put the few foreign-based coach that will be invited on their toes. Taiwo Gunade says, honestly, I've never liked foreign coaches. Me too. Cameroon, Morocco, Senegal use local coaches. We should give our local coaches a chance and believe in them and support them. I agree completely. Some of the best moments of our football lately have come from domestic local coaches, and I think if they give them the kind of support, if any local coaches, like because on the list, for instance, I give him this $70,000 that you're giving this man, so I'll do well and give him the kind of environment that he needs. I think it will. Sean did that 2020, so literally saying we have admitted we fail at AFCON and won't qualify for the World Cup simply because we can't afford to sack him because there is no money. Laugh out loud. Okay. The soft sports software says Azuke Gweke, Salami, Brani Deye, and who else again is naming all the players that Keshi used from the domestic league to prosecute his own team. And the sports software says that the wingers couldn't even cross the ball. Now that one the tire me. That one the tire me. Like oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Victor Malalu say we are just living on past glory. This set of players are not playing to win; they are only playing for themselves. And then my brother, please become. Have said so many things. Our diaspora manager boys are still in charge. We dance to the Oyibo boys. Okay, I agree with you on that one. This soft spot says a country with over 200 million people, yet we can't get the best out of our athletes. My brother, it's a bit like Makadaba to me. He said we might not even pass the group stage at the AFCON. Attach, please tell them. Oh, I don't know. The sports soft spot says, will Nigeria be patient enough to support a coach for more than 5 years? We can if the coach is giving us result. After all, Ganacho was 5 years in this country. Biggie Oj JKD says, what God cannot do does not exist. God should fix our economy. Zombies. I don't have Nigeria. Suspect they say our big men don't care about sports. They should do. These people are the reason we are. I don't understand. They have pride. People without integrity, set of pretenders. Blah 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 blah. Rubbish. Blah 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 blah. I don't know what this guy did talk. Nigerians will discourage you from making Nigerian football content. I did tell you, truth be told, this so makeup. Amao is not even playing for his team. This is Mr. Lakule. He's not playing for his team so far. The so-called Cyprus team. Wow, the Waka plenty. Mr. Lakule say we all watched the performance of our NPFL teams on the continent. When was the last time our NPFL team qualified for the group stage of the African continent? I think I've explained the rationale behind what I said. Is there a beef between Super Eagles forwards against Lesotho? Ademola Lookman had a chance to have passed the ball to someone with an boy. I tire for that place. I just tire. And Mr. Lakule said, we have to tell ourselves the truth. The MPFL is not as competitive as it was years ago. I agree completely. I can't even argue that one. There are also no good talent in the so-called MPFL. I think there are good talent. They need better coaching. Elebete, I want to take you back to the year 2003 when Enyimba won the African Champions League for the very first time. You can see the set of players that Enyimba paraded and the talent in Nigeria. I agree with you once again. Mayor Oguntime says, you remember that time when Siawon was handling our under 23 and other under age teams were training in Abuja too. When they trained, we saw so many guys. Mr. Lakole said Nigeria needs to fire the coach for Shey Olafiana is not a coach. He's not even ready to be a manager. It's not his thing. We talk, yeah, I know. We talk every day. Imana Amonike or Sunday Lee said take charge. Okay, I agree, but definitely not Shey Olafiana. Because
he's in Morocco for a coaching concert. I just said I should maybe drop his name.
I'm not catching first off. I'm not catching, and he's my guy, but if first off doesn't know what he wants to do, Amokachi wants to become minister of sports. He wants this is not prioritizing, and it's not a coach. He's got a coaching badge, but not the Super Eagles. Not. Amokachi should just he's a showman. He should just do his shows. That's something he's good at. There are things he's good at other than not coaching.
All right. Finally on the show, let's wrap up with the NPFL. Let's talk about match day 9 fixtures. We saw this past weekend some couple of decent results, but just before match day 9 fixtures, we saw two top appointments for some NPFL clubs. You talked about Salisu becoming the technical advisor for Rivers United.
That was shocked me.
Alongside to help Stanley Nguma.
That one shocked me. Two blind men, yeah.
That's surprising as well. Then the other similar appointment we saw was that of Paul Aibubu becoming the technical director of Sporting Lagos.
That one I've been on the ground
since.
It
was made official.
Not that one since.
Couple of days, and I mean we saw these two appointments, and decent one for both teams. Hopefully, it gets to pay dividends on the long.
Decent one? How? Like Rivers United? That's decent one.
It's not a decent appointment.
There's about the British. There's about the British.
The experience of Salisu, so coming to
collect bribe, man.
Coming to help the team.
There's about beat you.
But those are the two major appointments we saw as regards some of your favorite NPFL clubs in the last couple of days. But talking about the results from this past weekend round of fixtures, Doma United, they seem to be really.
I told you, say watch out for these boys
this season. I mean, 1-0 winners over Plateau United. They won the dual derby against their rivals. From there, the wins after wins for Doma United. The win this past weekend against Plateau United, 1-0 winners. Bendel Insurance 2-2 home to Kwara United without Amas Obasage in goal. They considered 2 goals for the first time this season. Gombe United 1-0 winners over Manchester United.
And then the national team will carry their mass, so no can use them. Oh God.
Rivers United 2-1 winners home to Abia Warriors with the whole
offing of the lights,
shenanigans,
and drama
that happens and all that. Rangers 0-0 against Casino United, Bayelsa United 1-1 against Sunshine Stars, Sporting Lagos. We saw that game. These two teams battled it out at the end of last season, but 1-1 he ended. Atlanta scored first in that game. Saw some grumbling from the Sporting Lagos fans this past weekend. I don't know.
And their coach had to remind them.
Had to remind them and all that. We don't know where this is going to lead to. I just hope it doesn't lead to any something different. Moving on, but
I think the Sporting Lagos fans are beginning to get too entitled. Mm-hmm. They're beginning to get this feeling that they are supposed to just come in and win the league. Now that they are not going down on the table, they are feeling like, oh, they should not, and that's not good anyway. I mean, fans, I'm not going to tell fans how to support their team. It's okay. It's their team. That's fans and their club. It's up to the club to communicate to their fans and tell them that it's not going to be my job to tell fans on how. I ask fans Bond Stadium. I'm not going to tell the fans what to do. As a matter of fact, what the Sporting Lagos fans are doing is the right thing in terms of if you want to follow football. Because what we try to do is, in Nigeria, we create a one-size-fits-all model that all fans should behave like that. That's why sometimes it is strange when I see Enyimba playing on the continent or Rangers or Rivers United. You'll not see the other clubs supporting them, wishing them well. I've never seen that before. I can't imagine Man United fans wishing Man City well on the continent.
Exactly.
Or Everton fans wishing Liverpool well on the continent. Just, so that they bring the title to us. It doesn't work like that. So I think that if each individual club fans will behave the way they behave, it also called the management of the club to task, because I would rather have aggressive, vibrant, engaging fans than a feel-good, thoroughfare kind of fans who just, hey, don't worry, I said that they do and I said that. I don't think we need those type of fans. We need fans who register their displeasure. Drawing at home, they don't like it, they should register it. Now, it not engages the club board, the management, led by Gordon Enakana as the chairman, and then the entire behind board, to call the fans to a meeting. What is good with Sporting Lagos is that they are not old. They are a new club, and the fans are new people. Majority of the people who support Sporting Lagos have never supported any local club before. Other than Birmingham, they support. Others are Manchester United, Chelsea. Yeah. That's why even if you go for their matches, the song you hear in the stadium are imported. They're not this Chama, Chihuahua. They don't do all that. They don't do the Nigerian fanfare that you get in the matches. They do what they see. This generation of fans that Sporting Lagos have, they are as combustive as the ones you have in the UK. And I'm not going to come here and gag them. Say, no, you can't say that. No, they should. They should be able to say that. Cause and effect. There's a lot of cause and effect. You do one thing, it causes somebody else to do another thing. So it not cause the management to order. I would rather have the fans of Sporting Lagos than have the fans of Rivers United right now. Fans of Rivers United are, you will pay talks to go and be journalists, scatter people camera, ban people from doing interview. No. I think I'm okay with the fans of Sporting Lagos. It's up to the management to handle their business properly.
Right, 1-1 against Heartland, like I said. Aimba, after back-to-back defeats, they're back to winning ways. 1-0 winners against table choppers before the weekend on the
And Kanwako went and do video wearing Dodgers jersey.
I don't know. I was about to ask your opinion on that, but I saw your video on YouTube.
You already have my opinion.
Yeah, content. So for those of you wanting to know
have
about his opinion, go to the YouTube. You can see that short 6 minutes clip.
Yeah, for everyone out there, I didn't do that. People said it's criticism. Look, it's an observation. One of the things that I've noticed with Nigerians, and Nigerians are not used to it. 15 years ago, there's a guy who was a movie critic. He eventually died, in kind of like mysterious ways anyway. But what that guy did over the course of 3, 4, or 5 years improved the movie industry in Nigeria. Before Netflix and now Amazon and the rest came in, and then the standard is still growing. There was also a guy who was critiquing comedy, the way comedy shows are done, and that improved the industry. One of the things we've not learned in sports, we think that anybody who questions the status quo is an enemy. Be careful of praise singers. We are in an industry that is flat. If this is a heartbeat, we are flat right now. We're using defibrillator to give you shock therapy to bring it to jumpstart your heart. Mm-hmm. We need all the critics, all the observation, all the commentaries to make the league work. The league is lacking in engagement. It is lacking in, young people are trying. You saw my tweet yesterday. Because I sat back and I think about all these young content creators. Jamil Adelese traveled to Uyo flight. Now I'm thinking how much that boy spent for all the money where he don't save. And Uyo, I'm not sure he came out with the content that will give him $100. Even if he spread out for the next 1 year, he's not gonna get $100. That's wasted. That's like suffering, investment without return. So I was really praying for these people who travel around. Again, if you look at the Nigerian league, I am deeply invested in the Nigerian league. So I know, like in the last 1 year, I've spent close to 10 million now producing content for the Nigerian league. But 9.4 million currently, before the year will run out, it will hit that 10 million naira. I have not gotten 1 naira in return. I can afford it. I can bear it. What of the young man? What of Fatil who will leave a son, a child, and go and do content? And there's no sponsors. This the brands in Nigeria. World Cup is coming, AFCON is coming. They'll go and meet Soke Makewa. I'm not beefing her. They'll go and meet Ebuka. They'll go and meet Ike Osagidowa. These guys who are doing content, nobody would even listen to them. Those people don't go travel. They go sit down for Lagos, go to YouTube, take your picture, clean them, get the editor to clean them, use them to do the content where those companies they pay them for. So it's really like I thought about all of that, and that's why I tweeted that was my prayer for them, that make them not reach the place where they will come day frustrated or come turn their back on the league, because those guys have more information than anyone, and they go fit criticize the league pass. Okay, now them go fit sit down and say they know where the bodies are buried. Now they go fit wreck the league. They will press the button and the league will scatter. So I pray. Lukman Adebayo, thank you for buying the bronze membership. I really appreciate it. God bless you. They are the people that can do that. So I always pray that God help them. Joy Ojabulu, she's an orphan. She's lost her mom and her dad. She's a teenager. She just finished youth service, traveling around Nigeria. And that girl should be fine girl that every time she's on that road, she's endangering herself. Yeah. You understand? So I thank God, in your infinite mercy, not think about Nigerians in general. Just think about this: the way the music industry is working, the way people in the music industry can live above board. Just help these fine, brilliant Nigerians who chose not to abandon the ship. Just help them so that there will be fruits of that. I create content in the system, so I know how hard it is. So that's why I pray that prayer. Having said that, I think that somewhere in the midst of this, we will grow. Engagement is happening. That's why I love Sporting Lagos. I pray that Vandreza gets to the Premier League. I pray that what's the name of that club? That Justice Club. 1407? 1472 gains promotion and gets to the Premier League. Why am I asking for that? It seems to be like the new generation club have something about them that is more engaging. I'm not saying they are richer than the state clubs. I'm not saying that they will spend more money. But I think that what the league needs is not state clubs that will bribe referees or try to create confusion if they don't qualify. Because some clubs, some of the big clubs, the Enyimba, the Rivers United, the Kano Pillars, they're already panicking because they cannot go back to their state governor to say we have gained promotion, we get qualification to the continent from the result they're getting. That's why you're seeing all this agitation, all this wanting to cause problems so that things don't go well. So I hope that more of the younger clubs who are structurally set, who are built and designed for this generation, for this era of social media, podcasting, digital content, and all that, so that would also bring a lot more engagement, and then more money will come in. Once big sponsors are coming in, I mean, they will pay all these people to run around and create content for them. Their cameras now will not be worth it. Their flight money will be worth it. I'm sure there's a piece of you that is regretting. Like, you really didn't get the content you're coming back with. Yeah. I'm sitting here as like, when I look at the budget, 570,000 for me to go and come back, and I have a burial next week. I let it go. There was a seat reserved for me to fly with the team to Kigali. I said, I let it go on the ground that I'm a committee member of the NFF. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense. I'm like, no, I let it go. Some people don't understand that, but I just saw it that it's really a waste. This is a waste. And I just didn't fit in. So I just hope that these people get the right content, they get encouraged, they don't lose. See, Coach Ayiri went to Dubai in 1 year in a system that works. And let's be very honest, Nigerian football is a million times better than Dubai football. But Dubai economy is a million times better than Nigerian economy. Yeah. In a space of 1 year, and you really don't get UEFA C and UEFA B license. Coaches that have been coaching in Nigeria 20 years before Coach Ayiri, they're still there for NIS. Just use that as your scale. They're still there for NIS diploma. But Coach Ayiri now have a UEFA. In other words, Coach Ayiri can actually sit on the bench as an assistant coach in a UEFA Champions League match. If a coach that knows him, like him, and want to work with him, the way Robson took Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho, he can actually sit down on the bench. He can actually do analysis of opposition team, like he did for Bagada FC, because he's qualified. 90% of the coaches in Nigeria don't even have it. They cannot. So even if they have a coach who wants to help them, who like them, their qualification will not make it happen. So those are some of the things in the ecosystem that I pray fervently to change. I like the fact that, I still don't support this president, I won't lie, but I like the fact that he listened to me and he separated the ministry. And I hope that this sports minister would understand that you're not just there to eat money, you're there to work. And work means, from a sports minister perspective, means policy, pursue policies. Hey, I don't know, man.
All right, still on results from this round of fixtures. Enyimba won the winners, finding back to winning ways. Then Shooting Stars, who are also doing so well this season. Another win for Shooting Stars, coming at home against Kano Pillars.
The Oracle is working
in a packed field. The stadium was really, really full. The Lagos Stadium Sports Complex was full to the brim. And
if they keep getting these results, the stadium would always be filled.
Yes, I saw some tweets, some videos, pictures of how packed the stadium were, and it wasn't free. I think 500 naira or so was paid as entry into the stadium. So yeah, good win for Shooting Stars. And then the first official game we saw on Star Times lived up to expectations. A 5-goal thriller. Aqua United against Remo Stars, 3-2. Fatayo Show getting a big win right there at the Airport Stadium.
Cats with 9 lives, he's surviving.
He's still finding his way to survive. Good to see Manuel team as well back on commentaries.
He's not going to spend that long. I think he will need you pretty soon to work with him.
Back here for that game, and it was really, really good. And but talking about the game, what's your take? 5-3 United facing now?
I think it was good when Sekiru Alimi scored that first goal. In my head, so I want Remo Stars to win. I want to see Remo Stars, Sporting Lagos, all this team, Doma go on the continent. They might not win anything, but I want them getting that experience. I was excited. I was happy. But again, Aqua United is a team that I don't want them to sack their coach immediately. So I was thinking, while I'm happy for Remo Stars, they just might sack this coach. And, somehow it was balanced.
It could have been sacked. I didn't know it was like
So it was balanced for them to come back and win again. It shows that the players still want to play for the coach. let's hope that it gets going. Just imagine they lost that game, then they're not going away because the week before they drew at Benel Insurance, and then they come home and lose, and then they're not going away. I mean, financial would have been fired. There's no two ways about it. So it's a cat with 9 lives, but I don't know when he will run out of lives right now. So he should start getting run of results that is good because Aqua United, always want to play on the continent. I know that losing a player like Cyril Olisema was big to that Ethiopian club, but you've got to move on. You've got to start creating more chances, scoring goals, and defending properly. Fatasha is not really that a bad coach. He's still one of the decent coaches in Nigeria. I just think that it's not been lucky, and then he's also not been able to find a home where he could stay for long. Everywhere he's gone, he's been a journeyman of Nigerian football. It's about time he gets to stay in a place for 3, 4, 5 years, and then we'll see what he does. Again, when I judge coaches, I always say that your first season is your lucky season. You can't do much as a coach first season, especially when you're not even part of recruitment, you're not part of the preseason and all that. So I think he should just manage to scale it, survive, and thereafter go ahead.
All right, so those were the results we saw from the 9 games played this past weekend. And looking at the table, as it stands, Doma United are top of the log. Surprising.
Why are you surprised?
But, it's just classic. I mean, they were close to the Super 6 last season. They were up there. Like, they missed out on the final.
They missed out on the final day
of the season. So, but it's good to see that they built from that. And I hope they sustain this run of form. But as it stands, they're top 11 on points, even though with the Lobby Stars and Shooting Stars. So those 3 teams are on 17 points each. Haven't played 9 games. So those are your top 3 teams: Doma United, Lobby Stars, and Shooting Stars. Quite a surprising top 3 there. If you're expecting the regular names, you will find them elsewhere.
I'm hoping Sporting will find their rhythm and then come up again. I want to see Sporting go on the continent. I want to see Remo play on the continent again. And any other thing like that.
Do you see Remo Stars winning the league? Do you see them?
I think that the window is a bit open for 3SC. They've got an experienced coach. The Oracle, what's his name? Benga Gobote is a very experienced coach. I don't know if he's ever won the league. He's won the FA Cup and all that, but I don't know if he's ever won the league. And he's always gotten very, very close. He's a near miss guy. This will be a very good chance for him to win the league. If Tracy wins the league, I will not be overtly sad, like, why Tracy wins the league. But I kind of have this soft spot for Remo. 2 seasons ago, they came third. Last season, they came second. It just looked like they deserve to. One, see, these are my reasons. Not the club with the biggest squad, but I think they check every boxes. If you're looking for CAF licensing approval today, Remo Stars will take it completely. And you want to have those kind of things winning because, again, you want Kule Shoname to see that. I mean, other people to see Kule Shoname's investment and say this is not sacrifice of fools. This is really a proper investment, and this investment is paying off. It's just like the Melody Sundowns coming out of nowhere to displace Orlando Pirates, the other guys that were there before Sports United and the rest. So I think it's the same thing with Remo Stars. There's a part of me that still wants them to win. Would I predict that they will win it? I'm not sure because their away form always leave a little bit short. In Benin, they should have gotten the points there.
Yeah.
That's a game that they should win. Forget the sentiment and the emotion towards the Fatasha. Aqua United are not doing well. And if you can't get points in these places, then I get problem with you. Yeah. So again, there are still places that they can go and get results. Heartland. They should be able to go to where I get a result. They should be able to go to is it Casina now to get a draw if they try because they fly. So they don't have to deal with those road issues. They are one of those teams that because they fly, they should be able to avoid the jet lag that comes to traveling on the road 22 hours to 24 hours and the rest of them. So I think that there's still a lot of results that they can get on the road and then make their home ground a fortress. I like how they played against Sporting Lagos and established that, listen guys, we are the boss here. Southwest, and again against 3SC. So they've established their dominance here. So many Sunshine Stars that they will do. But then again, what do they do away? They need to come to Lagos and win. They need to go to Ibadan and get a draw. Ibadan is going to be very difficult for them to win. They need to go to Akure, which is also very difficult for people to go get a win. And then go to Kwara and get a win. We would say somehow Remo Stars helped to keep Kwara in the league last season. Would Kwara return the favor I'm not saying they should fix the match. I'm just saying Okwara play them and say, oh, these guys were the reason why we're here, and return the favor. Okay, those are some of the things that I'm looking at. I'm saying Rama Stars might win the league because they are within a zone to win it, but that premise does not work in England. London team will be winning the league on a regular basis because there are more London teams in Premier League than Manchester team. But the Manchester team play against anybody and then they win. So it's up to them to say Rama Stars have the shortest trip in the whole of Nigeria in terms of going for matches. So they go to Ibadan, they come to Lagos, they go to Akure, they go to Kwara, they go to Benin. All these 5 matches are very short distance. A very, very short distance. And then when you start stretching them again, there is the Rangers game in Oka or Enugu, depending on where they're playing at the time. There is the Abia game, there's the Heartland game, there's the Uyo game, and then there's the Rivers game. And then the far north games, Katsina, Doma, Gombe, Kano Pillars. So if you use that as a yardstick, they have the shortest trip and they have a plane. Let's not forget that they have a plane. So they should win the league.
All right, early days. I don't know, maybe too early. I don't know if it's too early, but we have played 9 games into the season. So still a lot can happen, a lot can change. Positions can be switched.
29 more to go.
Yeah, so we keep our fingers crossed on that one. But for the bottom teams, Heartland, they are yet to get a win. I mean, these are the champions of the NNL last season. 9 games, 6 draws,
wow,
3 losses. So rock bottom on the log, 6 points from 9 games played. What a
out of a possible 27.
What a return back to the top flight. Hopefully they don't go back to where they are coming from.
They are Burnley.
That's what it looks like at the moment. So Niger Tornadoes 19th on the log as well. Then Bayelsa United with the joint highest goal scorer in their ranks, 3rd from bottom. Ruben Mizo, in case you're wondering. Tied on goals? No, just one below.
Somebody have this to say, and as controversial as it sounds, I'm going to lean on his side. Lubo Lukrovic, I don't know if he's Nigerian, if he's Italian, or he's Croatian, have this to say. Say Akin Samiro from Inter Milan is fantastic talent. In my opinion, better talent than Okocha. I will lean towards him. I would agree with him here, but it would sound a lot controversial. I know people that like Okocha before. It's not about like, it's just about talent and what the person is saying. Timothy Dembo says Sporting Lagos' main problem is that they create a lot of chances, most especially in the first half, and they fail to bury. That almost haunted them on Sunday. And then he went on to say, make Rivers United stop that thing with them, they do. And as for Mayuko Charles, tell him to stop supporting those things. Mayuko not get C. I know they are his employers, but they won't be media officer forever. So Mayuko walk. Timothy Dembo does not have an understanding. Mayuko is a man with a gun to his head. Mayuko is a man with a gun to his head. Rivers United, the way the place work, Mayuko they go beat him if he talk the things where Timothy want make him talk, which is the right thing. They go beat him to stupor. Nobody will do anything. The River State is a different. River State be like Kosovo. The laws, the normal laws, they work there. Even when I played there, when it was Garden City, where it was a city of gentlemen, it still had the volcanic eruption. You're one wrong statement or one wrong move away from crowd beating. It's been like that from the 90s. So Mayuko is practically saving his job. Again, if he go against now, okay, but look, there's surprises. There are people that are in our football that are not rational. One, Barnabas Imenga. I mean, what's the guy with Lobster? It's not Barnabas Imenga.
No, I don't know.
No. It's something Imenga now. That's Lobster guy, chairman. That man is not rational. It was the great Dominic Ayofa, sorry. It was the great Winston Churchill says that when your head is in the mouth of the tiger or is a crocodile, that's not when you negotiate, you fight. Those guys are not okay, Paluku. These are not rational people that act in rational way. the way they see the way they see the word from a position of if it not go good for me, make it not good for anybody. So that's not a fair person. The people who will pay thugs to go to stadium and beat people, now you want make chance, now you could call the day rational with. No, to catch a monkey, behave like a monkey. There are only two ways. It's either he resign and leave and then begin to talk with him, and that means he have to leave Port Harcourt. He have to stay away from that. So there's so much danger. They notice that all the people who come from Port Harcourt, we don't work with club, apart from China Chero is the only responsible person that come out of that place. Every other person, their head, not the day ground. You don't listen to Samuel talk. Like, as this boy go school, get sense rich, that's what he talk. It's not like you want to talk like that. Your paymasters control you. He who pays the piper dictates the tone. Sometimes you just look at the Premier League, for instance. Let me give you Premier League, for instance. Let's even leave Nigeria. Haven't you noticed that as a coach or player, if you criticize the Premier League, you get sanctioned? Doesn't matter whether you're a young club. Because football is run as a court. It's not run as people sit down and say fair play. European football. No, it's not fair. Football is not fair. Football is controlled by some highly placed businessmen who tell you what to say, what to think, how to think it, how to say it. If you go out of the line, they touch your money. And you know that in life, nobody likes their money touched. That's it. Every once in a while, they employ dramatic people, but they know what they're doing. They put laws that would constrict you. So don't blame Ayuku. I'm not holding brief for him, but I'm just saying I know the system. I understand it. Don't blame Ayuku. Ayuku is constricted to just do what his paymasters want.
All right, and we'll come to a close on the show, but quickly let's talk about this. For those of you wondering, the Nigeria Players GPS was international break this past week.
And I make you extend us for 2 hours. I wish.
So the Super Falcons, let's just wrap up briefly with this one. Yes.
We didn't get a call to do 070 25000006. We didn't get a call today, but it's okay.
Super Falcons, yes, we're getting ready for the WAFCON qualifiers, and in case you're wondering, no Randuwadram yet again. Madugu is going to lead the side and is invited 21 players that will be taking on Cape Verde in the first leg.
Cape Verde again?
Yeah, in the first leg of
they're not going to come.
Women's Africa. No, they will come.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be taking on the Super Falcons in the 13th Women's African Cup Nations final qualifying round. So, yes, it's the final qualifying round.
So, we beat Cape Verde now, we're in the tournament.
Yeah, we're in the tournament.
Cape Verde.
We've not missed any edition of
I know. So. Cape Verde.com. Walkover is better than 7-0.
So, yeah, we host Cape Verde at the MK Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on the 30th of November. Before we play the reverse.
Thursday next week.
Yeah, before we play the reverse.
I go there data by then.
In Praia on the 5th of December. So yeah, the Super Falcons. Remember, we defeated Ethiopia in the previous round by 5-1 on Monday. So it was a good one. So maybe we're looking forward to being in the WAFCON next next edition of the WAFCON. But let's talk about this one.
You'll be looking forward to be there.
no. I'm just
since Super Eagles are not going to do it.
I mean, let's just find one way and be there. But I mean, we expect the Super Falcons to be there, having not missed on any edition. So, in case you're wondering who were the players called up, your regulars, your favorites, your finest girls, they are not.
Oh boy, I want to run, please. It's okay.
Plumber is not there. For those of you asking questions, so you can go on and support the Super Falcons if you want. So yeah, I'll tell you about the dates: November the 30th and December the 5th. Those two fixtures will be played. So with that as a wrap, it's been a wonderful time on the show. Good to be back on the microphone, holding the Elevator One Sports for 2 hours.
For 2 hours,
down on the microphone,
ransom.
Share it off and all that. So thank you for tuning in. Till we come away again next time on the show. Don't forget to always keep up with us. It's a favorite honorary.
Well, we have a bronze member on the channel, Lukman Adebayo. Thank you very much for buying our bronze membership. So we have 2 members now. We have Ufoma, Dijala, and Lukman. We hope that we'll get more. That's progress as far as I'm concerned. Thank you very much, everyone. If you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do want to subscribe. When you view us, please click on the like button. It doesn't really hurt you that much. And not just us now, support every other NPFL content creator. I'm appealing. I know the pains of these young people doing content. What they really need is more likes, more follow, more subscription. so that they can go and submit proposals to agencies, and when they ask them how many followers you have, how many subscribers you have, that could give them money. It doesn't really cost you a whole lot to like them and follow them and all that. I mean, you guys, all of you follow all these United Star, as AFTV, those big YouTube channels across the globe. Help these ones in Nigeria to grow. Not be everybody go feed Jackpot. Not be everybody really get the means or the connections or the finances to Jackpot. So those ones that are willing to hustle here, let's support them. Because after the World Cup qualifier, a lot of people were sending me message on my DM. So like, oh, they are stranded now. They don't even have money to transport back. I felt it. Like your heart must be strong, reach where you go feel that kind of pain. I felt it. So please, as much as I want subscribers, also look out for all these guys. If you're on Twitter, you will see them. Just follow them, because now the funny thing is, every agency that want to give you a job, the first question they ask you, how many followers you have, how many subscribers you have, so just help them to grow. It's an ecosystem. I know it's hard though. This thing I'm saying is hard. Like I'm telling you to go support people that you don't even know. But please, for the sake of their own livelihood, and they shouldn't be driven into frustration to not start doing things that they are not supposed to do. I mean, we've gotten past the era of Nigerian journalists being brown envelope people, lie because of money that they are giving to you. But for how long, if they don't see the money coming, they will fall into the trap. I beg. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's do this again tomorrow. God bless you, and have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, as well, for coming and going to you and go and stay in the Lili's lap and abandon us. God will judge you. Tomorrow we'll talk about that one. Your personal experience now, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But again, for everybody out there, you guys are the real MVP. My name is Ada Matthew. You love to come in and go to the spot. It's been the Sports Buffet. Unity. What's that guy name? Unity AB. Please, before you throw accusation, make you they check your facts. I know you are angry. Maybe you bet on the Super Eagles for 2 games and you lose. But don't accuse the wrong persons and don't say the wrong things. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Some people get angry at their tickets.
Yes, I know some anger now because of bets. Well, because that guy was accusing me for things why I didn't even talk, why I not do. So the back players.